The Widow's Cry. The cock had not yet crowed when the first sound of quiet weeping rose from the small mud house at the edge of a Lorraine village. For weeks, people had grown used to hearing that cry. Thin, shaky, soaked in sorrow. It belonged to Mama Ejiro, the woman the entire village had begun to call the Wandering Widow. Her husband, Ogene, died on a cold Hamatan morning, leaving behind a leaking mud house, an overgrown farm, 3 hungry children, and a woman with no voice, no strength, and no protection. But the worst pain wasn't his death, it was what came after. In a Lorraine village, tradition was heavier than stone. Just 3 days after the burial dust settled, Ogene's brothers arrived, not with condolences, but with accusations. "You killed our brother," the eldest one said, pointing at her like she was a snake. Mama Ejiro froze. Her hands trembled. How can you say that? He was sick. Keep quiet," Ovuchu shouted. "If not for you, our brother would still be alive. And now, all his properties belong to us. Pack your things and leave our family house." The children burst into tears. Mama Ejiro knelt, with her wrapper slipping from her tired waist. "Where will we go? Where will my children sleep?" But her cries meant nothing. They dragged her out before sunset, taking the farmland, the goats, her husband's old motorbike, even the lantern he used at night. She left with only her children and the clothes on her body. That night, she cried until her throat burned. It was on that cold night that the village first heard the widow's cry. Before we continue, please like, comment, share, and follow. With nowhere else to go, Mama Ejiro moved into an abandoned hut near the forest boundary. The roof leaked, snakes crawled under the cracked floor, and the doors were barely standing. But it was all she had. Every morning, she tied her old wrapper and went from compound to compound looking for work, washing people's clothes, fetching water, weeding farms, cracking palm kernels. Sometimes she earned 200 naira. Sometimes she earned nothing. Many villagers pitied her, but some whispered, "She must have done something to deserve this." Each whisper cut her deeper than hunger. Please like, comment, share, and follow before we continue. Her 3 children suffered worse. Ejiro, the eldest, stopped attending school because she had no sandals. Ovie fainted once from hunger, and little Tamar always cried at night, clutching her stomach. One evening when the sky threatened rain, Mama Ejiro returned from a long day of work to find her children huddled in darkness. The lamp had no kerosene. "Did you eat?" she asked. They shook their heads. Her heart broke so deeply that she felt something inside her crack. Mama Ejiro stepped into the backyard, knelt in the mud, and cried the loudest cry the village had ever heard. "Ogena, why did you leave me? Why? See what the world is doing to me? Who will help us?" Her voice echoed across compounds, bouncing off walls, filling the village night with sorrow. It was on that night that people understood the meaning of a widow's cry, a sound that carried pain, fear, hunger, helplessness, and heartbreak all at once. Please click on the follow button before we continue. The final blow came on a Wednesday. Mama Ejiro returned from the market and found Ogene's brothers standing in front of her hut. Oval 2 smirked. "We have come for our late brother's farmland papers. We know you hid them." "What papers?" she asked weakly. "You think we don't know? You hid them so you can secretly farm the land." Before she could speak, he pushed her. She fell on the ground, her elbow scraping the mud. Her children screamed. The neighbors watched from far away, afraid to interfere, afraid to anger tradition. Mama Ijiro held her chest and cried, "Is this how widows will continue to suffer? Is there no justice in this world?" Her cry pierced the entire village. Don't forget to click on the follow button before we continue. Unknown to her, the new village teacher, Mr. Daniel, had been watching everything for weeks. He approached slowly, his voice calm but firm. "Stop this," he said to the brothers. "You have tormented this woman long enough." Ovutu hissed, "This is family matter. Stay out of it." But Mr. Daniel didn't move. The argument grew loud until elders gathered. A long meeting followed, and for the first time in years, the injustices widows faced in Olurun village were openly discussed. After hours, the elders ruled. The brothers must return her husband's farm. They must stop harassing her. She was free to remain in the family house if she wished. Any future attack would be punished by the council. It was the first victory Mama Ijiro had known since her husband died. She cried again, but this time there were tears of relief, not sorrow. Before we continue, please like, comment, share, and follow me for more stories. Life did not become perfect overnight, but things changed. She returned to her husband's farm. She began growing cassava and vegetables. Her children went back to school, and slowly her name changed from the wandering widow to the strong woman. Yet some nights, when the wind blew softly through the village, people still heard her quiet sobs. Not of despair, but of memory, because the cry of a widow never truly stops. It only becomes softer, buried under strength. Moral lessons. Some of the deepest pains are carried by widows. Tradition should never be used as a weapon of cruelty. A single act of courage can change someone's entire life. Widows deserve support, protection, and dignity. Every cry has a story behind it. Never judge what you do not understand. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, and follow me for more stories. Bye for now.